Hi, in this session we're going to look at polygon shapes and how you draw them um, or search for the government authoritative version of a particular zone, and then how you assign prices for a particular customer account and service type. So under service types we had our pricing matrix, which is covered there. So that's distance. So if the system is looking for a price, it says, is there a shape drawn around the collection address and the destination address for this customer account vehicle type? Yes, there is. Well, I'm going to go ahead and use this shape, which is the polygon zones we're in now. Otherwise, if it doesn't exist, it's going to fall back to the standard pricing matrix here. So this way you're guaranteed of always having a price. I've seen people that just do shapes and they don't do fixed prices. Sorry, they don't do distance prices, excuse me. And then when demand partners are looking for supply, if you haven't drawn enough shapes, then you're just going to get a very limited amount of work. So it's really important that you do the prices first, and you'll see that in a minute when we run through this process. Okay, so we have our active zones. This is where we are now. So I've just drawn two, Barcelona City, Barcelona Airport. We'll go and have a look at those actually. Hold on a sec. And that's going to open up and you can see the two shapes I've drawn around the airport, around the city. Okay, and I've labeled them. So it's Barcelona City, it's in Spain, it's not an airport. Yes, I want to show this on the web if you're using our web booking engine. And then go and save or save and add another. Let's go back to the grid. So the moment we add a price between these 2 points, the archive button disappears. You have to remove the price first, and then you can remove the shape if you want to draw another shape. So edit zone name, just very simple. You can change the name. Just go ahead and add a new one. So I'm just going to go to this one here. This is a recent feature we just put in. So administrative level zones. This is going off to the governments through Google. So if I put 11249, which is a postcode in the USA, search, you can see it's drawn at the definitive borders around that shape. And it's not just the USA. Obviously, if I say Nerja, Spain, search, that's the administrative drawing of the shape of Nerja. Okay, so it's kind of, and the other one I do is Harrow, UK, and that will draw that shape there. Doesn't always work, depends on the data that we're pulling from Google, but we'll just finish this one off now. So if I call this name, sorry, if I call this Harrow, it's in the United Kingdom. It's not an airport. Would be on the website. So we're going to click on save, and that would be added to our list now. We've now got Harrow, United Kingdom. Because this is authoritative, you can't edit the zone name or edit the shape. It's pretty much locked now because it's an official zone that we can share with other users on the platform. It's just a drawing offered by the government. So if you've got affiliates that you're pushing work to through the platform, you can share your zones with your affiliates. So you can select your affiliate name, which will be in here, and then anything you do here will be copied down to their instance, so they can share the same shapes. Okay. Otherwise, you've got lots of people doing the same job for different shapes. Okay, so we've drawn our first shape. Let's go ahead now and oh, sorry, yeah. So if you can't find your authoritative zone, administrative level, then go to manual zone. It's really very simple. We show you where the borders are, so you can kind of tie these up quite closely, and then you just draw your shape. Okay, give it a name. Sadia Sant Right, and that's in Spain. Is it an airport? No. Is it web enabled? Yes, probably. Then we click on save. So that's how you draw the shapes. So it's best not to leave gaps between the borders, because if for some reason a booking's being made and it's in that slim gap that you leave between the borders, it will default back to your distance price matrix. So if you're offering special rates from the airport, for example, to the city or vice versa, then that obviously those borders need to meet. So now we've drawn our shapes, we have our zone rate management. This is where we draw this is where we assign rates to the drawings we've made. So the easiest way to do this, you've got your active rates. So let's have a look at what we've got already. So we've got some here for our website plugin account, Barcelona City to El Prat Airport. And then you'll see here that it's the reverse. So when you create one, it will create the reverse option. So we take this one here, for example, for comfort sedan. You can set the price slightly lower, going to the airport. From the city going to the airport. But actually picking up at the airport, you might want to include some kind of parking charge or waiting fee, meet and greet fee or something like that. So it gives you the option. But we'll just run through an example now. You can filter this page by the customer account or the service type that you offer, and even down to the country. So I can copy rates as well. So I can say for the website plugin, which is the information you can see on the background, I can copy the comfort sedan price across to my, let's have a look, you can make small changes. It just saves you creating all these rows again. But I can copy it across to my people mover account. And then I can put in a small uplift, so I can say, well, the minivan is 10% more expensive to the customer. The vendor would get 5% extra. The driver would get 2% extra. Just examples, right? So you can copy the zone rates across to different service types. If I wanted to copy the rates from one account to another, I use the Copyroot Prices. So I want to go from my website plugin account. I want to send it to my customer, the Bank of Ireland, for example. You'll see there's 8 records there, and the Bank of Ireland will pay 5% more than the website the website prices. My vendor will get the same rates, and so will my driver. And you can just copy those across. So what we'll end up with now is another set of routes here for the Bank of Ireland. So copied exactly from what they were before, but with the uplift, right? So those 5% have been added. You can see. It's a very simple way of creating a default data set and then copying those rates from one to another, making very small changes. All right, so I wouldn't go mad and draw hundreds of shapes. Let the system fall back on pricing, distance pricing, and then decide which ones you want to offer the special prices for. So let's go ahead and generate some rates now. So the easiest way to do that, you can add a manual one, but generate bulk rates is probably the way to go forward, I think. So we're going to set a default price for all of the customers that we don't set a specific matrix for. We're going to go from Barcelona Airport to the new one we just created, Sala Sant Gervasi, and I'm going to go generate price. So what happens now is it's running through any prices that we've added here, okay, and it will tell me what the distance price is, which is it's good to know. So we've only got one price here. It's for the executive saloon, so it's populated 35 euros for that. That's how much it would cost using the distance matrix, but maybe you want to offer a special rate to encourage people to book. So you've got your customer prices here. So we could, let's just do 20 for a comfort sedan. Your vendor prices, if you're using your affiliates to carry out this work, you put the default price in there. That's a global vendor price. You can have specific vendor prices, which is covered in another video. And obviously the price you're going to pay your driver. Okay, and just click on save. So you can do one by one, or we can just click on save all. Okay. So we just saved all those prices. And if we go back now to our rate management and scroll down, you'll just see here's the prices that we just put in. Okay, it's created the reverse journey as well, right? You can archive these, all right, so you can make those changes, or if it's picking up at the airport, as I said before, you can put in some prices and just click on save. Okay, all right. There wouldn't be any zeros in here, by the way. It was only because I was doing the demonstration. So you can see how quickly this would fill up. So as I say, that you can filter, so remove all of the ones that you're not interested in. If we just went to web plugin, right, so we can make some changes. It's going to show you the date it was last updated as well. So if you are updating prices, it gives you an idea of when it was last updated. Adding a manual zone price, pretty much the same, much simpler form. So select the customer accounts, global, standard, MPV, minivan, and then just select your shapes, and then just, it's a lot slower. I think the generate bulk rates is a lot easier. It gives you an idea of what your pricing matrix would be running by distance as well, which is always handy. This page doesn't. So does this price apply to wait and return? So if we're picking up at the airport and taking back, dropping somebody off and going back to the airport, would it be the same price? So it would just double the fee that's here. And reverse trip. So if you remember in the previous page, we saw it creates from Barcelona City to the airport, but at the same time from the airport back to Barcelona City. So you can add them one by one. All right, so it's just a manual page, and this is to do with the website. Once you've got all of these rates here, they actually, and if you've selected web enabled as yes, I'll just show you. So if you're using our web plugin, so this is one of our live clients here that we keep using as an example. As you scroll down the page, you'll start to see the routes here. Okay. So these all come from this here. So if you'd selected web enabled equals no, they would be hidden here. But this is only if you're using our web booker. So that's obviously your choice, but that's where these show as well. So the system comes in and it says, is there a price for a comfort sedan for the Bank of Ireland from Barcelona City to the airport? Yes, there is. The price is $47.25. If that wasn't here, that row, then it would fall back to our pricing matrix, pricing, and calculate on the distance. So the last two links in this section here are a local operating zone. That's just a shape that's drawn around the site address when you've signed up to the platform, and you can go ahead and change that. It just tells demand partners the areas you operate in, so they get an idea of where they can book transportation. So you can change this to whatever you need. Click on save. And the other one, the Hive Epicenter, it's exactly the same map, but it just shows you where the majority of your work is. So your office might be down here in Barcelona, but all of your work comes out of the airport, or most of the work comes out of the airport. So it draws a virtual shape around here, and that's where all the calculations are done from when the system is smart dispatch is switched on. Then it calculates based on this, where most of the cars are most of the time, as opposed to your office address, because it makes a difference. Okay, thanks for watching.